Welcome everyone to today's Mordor cast. Today we're going to be looking at the opening of the packaging for the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition Blu-ray. I know this has been out for a while. I actually just recently purchased it, but and I know that there are other videos out there showing the opening of this packaging, but I thought what I would do that would be a little bit different is to compare it to my version of the extended special edition DVDs, which you can see there in the background. So what we'll do to start with is I just want to quickly show you this is still in its packaging, hasn't been opened yet, so it has the plastic wrap on it. But I wanted to kind of quickly open up each of these so you can take a look at them. The packaging on these is absolutely superb, and I'm sure you've seen these before. They were designed to look like books. They each sort of have a signature element about them. The Fellowship of the Ring is of course in greens, and it has a drawing of Durin's Door, the West Gate of Moria. And when you slide it open, has an illustration of Moria on the inside, which you can see very clearly there. And on the back, it also has a symbol and Fellowship of the Ring. These open up, which I'll go ahead and open right now. I'll just open it up flat so that you can see it. And you can see that we also have a map of Middle-earth, part of the map of Middle-earth, and then we have each of the DVDs. And then of course with each one there's also a booklet that you can see here with its symbol. This particular one's very nicely done. They open out. This has a lot of additional information in here that also comes with it. These are probably some of the most superb DVD packaging that I've ever seen. Of course, and we'll just kind of quickly go over this. Each DVD has its own illustration, and the back has its own illustration. And you can see it there. So, you know, I'm not saying that the Blu-ray should be comparable to this, because it is sort of a re-edition, but I just wanted to say that this is absolutely superb, and let's hope that the Blu-ray at least falls into that same category. All right, now quickly we're just going to look at the other two. I'll put this one back, take out the two towers. Again, this one is in the red packaging. It's hard to see the graphic on the back of this one. I'll zoom in a little bit closer there so you can see it. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly what this symbol is, but there it is. All right, now we open it up. We have a beautiful image of Fangorn Forest that is also by Alan Lee, and this is our symbol for the two towers. Again, you open it up, and we have a booklet with its particular symbol, and then each DVD has a graphic plus a illustration in the background. All right, now we'll move on to the two towers just quickly. I'm sorry, the Return of the King, which to be honest with you, I don't know which of these is my favorite in terms of the extended special edition versions. You know, my favorite films are The Fellowship of the Ring and The Return of the King, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. But between those two, you know, I tend to lean a little bit towards Fellowship. I'm not sure why, but I've always just loved that film. And I think the extended edition really adds to it. So anyway, this is the white tree for its symbol. And there we have another illustration by Alan Lee. It's beautiful. Again, the symbol, Return of the King. Of course, that symbol is throughout. We have our DVDs, illustrations, and booklet with symbol. So I don't want to take too much time with that. I'm sure you've seen this before. Just wanted to kind of give you a brief overview of how we were comparing the two. So there we are. Now we'll get to it. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Okay, first time opening. Wow. Well, it looks like the packaging is quite beautiful. Much more impressive than I would have thought. I noticed right off the bat that you can remove the Blu-ray logo and extended edition, which just flips right off with the information on the back. Let's start with that just briefly. Of course, we have the Blu-ray extended edition. We have the Lord of the Rings logo, motion picture trilogy extended edition, and then we have this information on the back, as you can see. There we go. All right, now we can put this to the side. We'll just put that right here, and we'll pick this one up. And again, it's designed very much to look like a book with a book cover. And this particular symbol is actually a new symbol, which maybe was designed to represent the trilogy. Very nicely done. It has raised embossed elements. Very nice. And if you notice here on the top, it really is like a book in that, you know, it has a spine, two book sides, which you can kind of feel there. And that's just the glue stick to get this to stick on. Okay, now let's just see here. We've got the cover, beautiful ring, and we will open it up. It has kind of a magnet attachment. All right, you see the heroes from the film. We see a full map of Middle Earth, and inside the booklet, as we'll call it, we have all three films in a separate Blu-ray case. And one of the things that's really nice, I noticed that the version that has shipped in other parts of the world, the Blu-ray cases are blue, you know, the standard blue. But for the US edition, they made sure that they were black, which is, I think, really adds to the look. You know, the black and gold look really well together. So we have Return of the King on top, Two Towers, and then the Fellowship. Now I'm just going to pull the Fellowship out first. I'm pretty impressed with it. I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Of course, I can't wait to put it in and actually see it in the HD Blu-ray format to see, you know, there have been some concerns about, especially I think in the Fellowship of the Ring, about some of the tinting issues. But I'll report on that later once I do have a chance to look at these. Pop that open, and we have our booklet, and it actually is a very nice. It's not the slick kind of booklet. It actually has a kind of a parchment paper feel to it. Very nice, and it looks very similar to what we would have seen in the DVD edition. Very nicely done. I like that. Now, we'll just take a quick look here. We still have part 1 and part 2, even though it is on Blu-ray now. I guess they decided to, maybe with the HD, it still needed to be split out into 2. And then we have, yeah, it's the same amount of discs. We have appendices, and then a behind the scenes, which is actually I think it's the same content that is in here. We'll have to open it up and look really carefully just to compare that. Ooh, there it goes. Yes, it is. We have the 2 appendices, special extended edition. So it does actually have some additional content here. This only has the 4, and this actually has a 5th disc. All right, so I'm kind of rambling on here. I'll kind of conclude this. Bring this back up here, and I guess it's going to be the same for all 3 of these. Just beautiful layout, beautifully designed. Love the look of that. Again, it has its 2-tower booklet. Part 1, Part 2. For some reason, they did not put Part 1 and Part 2 together. That's kind of odd. Appendice and behind the scenes. This is Part 2, excuse me. It's Part 1 and Part 2, I just missed that. And it looks like it has the same, the quality looks a little bit different, the way the printing was done, but it does have very similar graphics. Very nicely done. Beautiful. Okay, now we'll quickly look at the last one. Return of the King. Very nicely done. Okay, let's pop it open, and we see the booklet, again the same quality, nice paper, absolutely love that. And then we have Part 1, Part 2, and then Part 5, War of the Ring, of the appendices, and more appendices. And then this is the behind the scenes. So actually it's very beautifully put together. Lots of beautiful content. Now this of course is just a review of the packaging and not of the content on the DVDs. So maybe what we'll do is, if I have the opportunity, we'll also do the same. I'll have a chance to look at them, and then maybe I can just kind of give a verbal review of the differences from the actual DVDs to the Blu-ray editions. So anyway, here's our comparison. You can see them right beside each other. I'll just line them up. We'll go ahead and just put them right here. There we go. And now we have, that's probably how it's going to look on my shelf. So there we go. All right, so this concludes today's Mordor cast. It's sort of kind of rough and ready here, but just wanted to give you an opportunity to take a look at these and kind of see it as I opened it for the very first time, and maybe feel a little bit of that excitement if you're going to get it for yourself. I would recommend it. They're actually a little bit discounted now. I think they were originally $120. I got this for $50. So waited a year, and I think it was worth it to get the discount because I definitely had these to watch when I needed to. So anyway, we'll conclude today's Mordor cast, and we'll see you next time.